fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo Silver, the Lone Ranger. His faithful Indian companion, Tonto, the masked rider of the plains, led the fight for law and order in the early western United States. The stories of his strength and courage, his daring and resourcefulness have come down to us through the generations. And nowhere in the pages of history can one find a greater champion of justice. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Come on, Silver! We're heading west of Clayton. Hail, Silver! Away!
Sam Slater lounged out idly outside the general store in Clayton. His sharp eyes kept a close watch through the windows as he noticed a grave-faced Indian and a young boy make several purchases. When they came out into the street, Slater stepped forward as though by accident.
Gee, Tonto, we almost bought out the store.
We need plenty supply for a long trip.
I'll bet we've got enough here.
Don't you look where you're going, Redskin.
Oh, me sorry. Me not see you.
Just a minute. I want an apology from you, Injun.
Oh, me say, me sorry.
Well, that ain't enough.
Say, why are you trying to pick a fight?
Shut up.
All right. Here. I'll hold the bundles, Tonto.
We had a varmint like you over in my country, west of here, we'd string 'em up. There ain't a dirty redskin within 50 miles of the roost.
Me not want to fight. You make me.
I think I'll smash that ugly face of yours.
Me not waste time.
Oh! That's it, Tonto. Give him another one.
Tonto not like fight. We go now.
Slater, what the tarnation? Did that engine hit you?
Yeah, knocked me down. I figured on riling him, but not that much.
What happened? He seemed peaceable enough when he and the kid were trading in the store.
Redskins are all alike. They're tricky. Oh, well, it'll be my turn next time.
You mean you're not even mad about getting knocked down?
No use being mad.
Well, I'll be... Didn't think I'd ever see the day when a cantankerous buzzard like you would hold his temper.
Maybe I planted something more than a punch inside that Injun's head.
I give up. I can't figure it out.
Don't try.
Ever since you and the rest of that gang have been holed up over in the roost...
Shut up!
Why?
Listen, Hank. You own a store here in Clayton. We buy our grub from you and we pay for it. Now, that's all you need to know.
I didn't say anything
Don't
about...
ever mention the roost. Whenever we want that known, I'll tell it, savvy?
Sure, Sam. I understand.
Well, then don't forget. And keep your yap shut about what you saw just now. Well, I'm drifting west now. See you later.
Oh, fella.
Looks at those saddlebags. You two must have bought something at every store in Clayton.
We bring plenty supplies.
couldn't carry much more.
Good. We'll need all of it if we get a clue to the trail of Leif Nelson.
Now, me think me fine clue.
What's that?
In town, man pick fight.
Yeah, and Tonto really smashed him. Knocked the big hombre flat on his back.
What's this, Tonto?
Oh, we come out from store. Man start to talk big. We try to leave, him keep on talking. Tonto hit him.
And you should have seen that punch.
What did you say about a clue, Tonto?
Well, man look like crook. When him mad, him talk, and maybe him tell what him not want to tell.
What did he say, Tonto?
Well, him say his country, the Roost, west of here.
So the roost is even further west. Well, at least we know that much. Yes, Tonto, I think you did find a clue.
What makes you think this Roost place is where a lot of crooks are holed up?
Well, nothing definite, Dan. Just scraps of information that government men have picked up. You see, everything points to a mysterious outlaw hideout they call the Roost.
Are we going to head for there?
The first thing in the morning.
Many miles west of Clayton, in a wild and wooded country through which there were no charted trails, a solitary horseman urged his mount forward.
Get along, you lazy cayuse.
The trail wound along a rocky slope that was dotted with scrub pine and tangled undergrowth. Suddenly it veered downward, clinging to the face of a sandstone cliff. It was here that a sharp command from an unseen voice caused the rider to rein up sharply.
Pull up! They're coming from both sides.
Whoa, boy.
You want to stay healthy, turn around so I can see your face.
Hey, you fool. It's Sam Slater. Can't you recognize me?
My mistake, Sam. You can go ahead.
Yeah, get up there.
In a cleverly concealed cabin at the base of the sandstone cliff, several hard-faced men listened to their leader, Leif Nelson.
None of you got anything to worry about. You're safer here than any place west of the Mississippi. All you need to do is lay low.
What I want to know is why. This Roost is a good hideout, but none of us can make any money hiding out.
Where would you Jaspers rather be? Here or behind bars in a federal prison?
Well, that ain't the idea. Now, how can we
I'm
make
getting to that. You'll stop blabbing for a minute. It ain't ordinary lawmen we're looking for. It's the United States Marshals. That makes it tougher. Before we move out of the Roost here, we got to cover every leak.
Well, I still don't see
The law wants us plenty bad. I don't have to tell you that. Them handbills that are posted all around these parts speak for themselves.
Savvy that, Leif.
And the rewards they offer are mighty tempting. Now, if we ain't careful, the government's liable to catch up with us for them mail robbery and counterfeiting jobs we pulled.
Maybe so, Leif. But the lawmen don't know where we're hiding. They've looked high and low without finding a trace of this hideout.
That's the beauty of laying over in this cabin. It's harder to locate than a needle in a haystack.
Then why
But
don't
there's
you...
one hombre even a needle in a haystack can't lick. Sooner or later, he'll turn up here and turn us all in.
Who's that?
A Lone Ranger.
Blast that masked coyote. If he shows up here, Somebody coming.
Get your hardware ready, boys.
Howdy, boys.
Sam Slater.
You almost got yourself drilled, Sam.
Yeah. Glad to see you boys are still handy with your hardware. But unless I miss my guess, you're going to have need of some fancy gunplay before long.
What do you mean?
The Lone Ranger will soon be heading here.
Are you sure?
Sure enough, Leif. I watched the engine and the kids stock up supplies in a general store. Then I bumped into them as they walked out for an excuse to drop a hint about the hideout.
You dumb galoot. You mean to say you let on to them two while we're holding up?
I was Leif's orders.
Button up, all of you. You shoot off your mouths before you know what it's all about.
Your explanation better be good, Leif. It's our necks you're risking.
A while ago, you mavericks were beefing about being holed up here. You wanted to spread out and circulate for some easy cash.
That's right.
Well, you could do that except for one man. The Lone Ranger. It's as simple as 2 and 2. Get rid of the masked man, you'll get what you want. That's why I gave Sam orders to let on accidentally like where we're hiding out. Sam's the only one of us who don't figure in a handbill. The Lone Ranger will bite without suspecting a thing.
You mean you schemed to lead the Lone Ranger out here?
Yeah. Not many people in these parts ever heard of him.
What's that got to do with it?
Plenty. We're in good standing with the folks around here. None of them know who we really are. Now, if the Lone Ranger was to pull a crooked job on one of us, we'd have the folks here on our side.
Your idea's full of holes, Leif. The masked hombre never pulled a crooked job in his life.
I'll take care of that. Sam,
Yeah?
get yourself slicked up. Tonight you're taking $1,000 in cash and calling on the Dinsmores.
Dinsmore?
The old man who lives with his daughter in the back of the general store. You're there to talk business with him, savvy? You want to buy out his store.
Oh, I'm listening.
Yeah, I can see that. You're doing plenty of looking, too. This $1,000 in cash. Well, don't let it tempt you, Sam. I ain't forgetting you're the only one of us without a price on your head. Maybe you lay awake nights thinking about the rewards for me and the boys.
Oh, no, that ain't true, Leif.
Sure, Sam. Just so we understand each other.
That night, Sam Slater visited Jonathan Dinsmore and his daughter Ellen in their store.
And that's my proposition, Dinsmore. What do you say?
I don't know, Mr. Slater. Was a time when I did want to sell the store, but lately things have changed for the better.
Oh, now, don't be too hasty in saying no. I'm prepared to offer a good price for things I want. And I've been hankering to own a store just like yours for some time.
But Dad doesn't want to sell, Mr. Slater. We're both very happy here.
Shucks, Miss Helen. Happiness is a state of the mind. You can have it plenty of places besides here. But you can't always get your hands on $1,000 in cash.
Is that what you'd pay if Dad offered to sell out?
Well, sure thing. You got it right here. There you are, Dinsmore. $1,000. What do you say?
Get your hands up.
He's masked.
The masked killer, that's who he is.
Quick, Mr. Slater, grab your cash.
No, you don't.
Oh, wait. Don't take my money out.
Shut up.
Oh, Dad, he hit him.
Make a wrong move and you'll get the same.
Don't antagonize him, Dinsmore. He means it. He's a killer. Shoots fast and sudden. I know him. He comes from Oklahoma.
Oh, you know me, huh? Well, that calls for a change in plans. Start walking, Slater.
Huh?
You heard me make tracks.
Oh, no.
You got what you come for, you masked coyote. Now get.
You ask for it. Oh, get going, Slater.
I'm going.
Dad. Oh, Daddy, all right?
I'm all right, Ellen. Dirty gun-slinging rat. Where's my shooting iron? I'll show him.
No, let him go. You're no match for a professional killer.
Help me up, Ellen. Hey, Sunday, there ain't a man living who can walk in my store and push me around.
No, Dad, please, for my sake, please. Dad!
Get along, Silver!
Dad, that shot. You don't think the outlaw...
I don't know, Ellen, but we'll soon find out. Slater! Mr. Slater!
Oh, Daddy, he's dead. I know he is.
I reckon you're right, Helen. The masked man plugged him right through the heart.
Oh.
What's the trouble, Dinsmore? What was the gunplay?
Masked killer robbed this poor fella, then cut him down with his guns.
Mask, huh? I reckon that was the hombre I saw hightailing it out of town. Riding a white horse. Called him Silver.
That's the one, Mr. Nelson. I heard him.
You'd know him if you saw him again, huh?
You doggone tootin' we would. We couldn't see his face for that black mask, but he was wearing a light-colored hat and he carried 2 guns.
We better get the sheriff to make up some handbills for him, Dinsmore. Reward for the capture of the masked killer, dead or alive.
Three horsemen rode slowly through a wild and wooded country west of Clayton. Then, as they came to a small clearing, the leader signaled a halt.
Oh, Silver.
Scout, fella.
We'll camp here, Tonto.
It's a good place to make fire.
Golly, can we eat now? I'm starved.
Long ride make Dan plenty hungry.
Get the meal underway, Tonto. I'm going into town, but I'll soon be back.
You're not going to track down the outlaws alone.
No, Dan. But I think I can learn something about the location of the gang's hideout. The Roost. Come on, Silver.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger story. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. to continue our story. Having left Tonto and Dan in camp, the Lone Ranger rode into town, little suspecting that he was heading straight into a trap. He reined up in front of the store owned by Jonathan Dinsmore and his daughter Ellen.
Oh, Silver, oh, boy. Oh, easy. Now, wait here, big fella. I'll be right back. Good evening. Are you the proprietor?
Pass your hands.
Well, I'm not an outlaw.
We know who you are. You masked polecat. Haste them hands, I said.
Perhaps this will convince you that I speak the truth.
Dad, he's holding out his guns for me to take.
Of course he is. He's covered by the shooting iron and he knows it. Go on, take him, Ellen.
All right, Dad.
I don't know what you come back here for, you masked killer, but you walked right into a trap.
I don't understand what you...
Mello. The masked killer.
Leif Nelson.
So you caught him red-handed, huh, Dinsmore? Took away his guns and everything. Well, this is better than if I'd planned it myself.
I'll go for the sheriff.
The sheriff's out of town, Miss Ellen. We can't afford to wait till he gets back.
Ooh, what do you mean?
This hombre's a killer. We saw him murder Sam Slater ourselves. You saw him rob Sam for $1,000? Well, I'm for seeing justice done here and now.
You're not going to kill him.
He's guilty, ain't he? Give me them silver-mounted 6 guns, Miss Ellen. I'll send him to Boot Hill with 2 of his own slugs.
But as Leif Nelson walked past the open window to take the Lone Ranger's gun from the girl, an Indian suddenly dived at him from the porch.
Me get you! I'll take those guns.
Hey, Senator, if you harm my daughter,
I'm not going to hurt your daughter, Dinsmore. Put down that rifle.
Well, I guess I got no choice. You got the drop on me.
Now, you get up.
Bless you, Redskin. Knocked all the wind out of me.
Now we'll talk, Nelson.
Many men come this way.
It's the boys.
The last man. He's got Leif. Riddle him, boys.
Quick, tunnel. Through the window.
Stop them. They're getting away.
Drill him. Let him have it.
Get up. Get up.
There's the camp, Tonto. It's safe to rein up. They've lost us in the dark. Oh, Silver,
Golly, what happened? You look like you walked into a hornet's nest.
Isn't that right, Dan?
Steady, big fella. How did you know about it, Tonto?
Me not know. Short time after you leave camp, me see Leif Nelson ride by on trail near here. Me follow him to store.
Oh.
Him leader of outlaws.
Yes, but the Dinsmores don't know who those men really are.
Gosh, if the Dinsmores don't know they're outlaws, maybe nobody in these parts knows.
Yes, Tonto, what was the name of the man from whom you learned about the roost?
Him named Sam Slater.
Oh. Sam Slater, huh?
What's the matter?
Slater's dead, murdered, and I'm supposed to have killed him.
Well, what you mean?
The man who killed Slater wore a mask. He was made up to resemble me. That's why Dinsmore thought I was the killer.
Golly. Then somebody must want the Lone Ranger blamed for murder.
Yes, Dan. And if the Dinsmores are typical, the people in town will believe it.
People not know about Lone Ranger here.
Well, what do we do?
There's only one thing to do, and that's to expose the real killer.
Led by Leif Nelson, the outlaws gave up their search for the Lone Ranger and Tonto and turned their weary horses toward town.
We'll get that masked coyote yet, boys. Cards are stacked in our favor. Even the whole town will be hunting the Lone Ranger. Killing Sam Slater. What's the matter? You lose your tongues? You, Baldy, what's rankling you? Any other time you got plenty to say. And Smokey, what's happened to your voice?
Didn't you go a little farther than you planned, Leif?
What do you mean?
Sam's lying 6 feet under. What the boys and me want to know is how come.
Well, I can explain that.
Better make it good, Leif. While you're about it, tell us what happened to the 1,000 in cash.
Yeah. You ain't forgetting that cash came from all of us, are you, Leif?
Of course I ain't. That's why I didn't want to tell you.
What do you mean?
Sam double-crossed us. He stole that cash. The money bag he took with him to the store was filled with stones.
Why, the ornery rat.
When I faced him with it, he told me to forget the cash or he'd drop a word to the marshal about the hideout. Well, that's when I drilled him.
Yeah. You sure that's what happened, Leif?
Do I look like a man who'd cross his pards?
You'd double-cross your own brother for benefit, you Leif. I reckon you're telling the truth. Sam couldn't have betrayed us easy if he'd been a mind to.
Ain't that practically what I told him to his face in the cab when all you boys were standing around? You know, there wasn't no reward hanging over him.
I reckon you did right in putting the skunk out of the way.
And there's Dinsmore's store up ahead.
Hey, who's that talking to him in the doorway?
Leif, it's the engine. Lone Ranger sidekick.
Come on, boys. Whip up them horses.
Come on, get up there, boys.
Me come talk to you. Tell you truth.
Dad, he's the engine who helped the masked man to get away.
Thunderation, you're right, Helen. Where's my gun?
Oh, you wait. You make big mistake.
You're the one who made the mistake, Redskin, in coming here. Doggone it, where'd I put that rifle?
You wait. Me tell truth about masked man.
Maybe we should listen, Dad. He might have something important to say.
He's up to some Indian trick. That's what he is.
Two feller wear mask. Feller who come here first time kill Slater. Feller who come second time not outlaw. Him...
Get the Redskin, boys. Don't let him escape.
It's Mr. Nelson.
We go inside store.
There he is. Masked killer's power. Drill him down, boys.
No!
What's that?
Somebody outside the window, Leif. Shut out the light.
The engine. Don't let him get away in the dark.
You not get me.
Dad, look out!
Get that Redskin.
Someone came in the window.
I'm with you, Tonto.
Now we get him.
In the darkness, fists flew with frantic fury. The confusion of bodies prevented the outlaws from using their guns. The men hardly knew whom they were fighting. In the darkness, it was almost impossible to tell friend from foe. The Lone Ranger battled into the door, and Tonto, with eyes trained to see far better than the average in darkness, fought at the far end of the room.
Keep at him, boys.
Keep that girl out of the way.
Where's that Redskin?
I'll get another lamp of gold.
Dad, be careful.
Tonto saw the flash when Dinsmore struck a match. He knew that the Lone Ranger's hurriedly prepared plan could not risk a light at this point, and swung a hard blow at his nearest adversary. Then he leaped across the room and struck aside the flaming match.
What in thunder?
Wait. You not be afraid. Everything be all right.
What's that you said?
In the brief flash of the match, the Indian had seen Leif Nelson. It was Nelson whom he wanted. He dived at him straight through the struggling leg.
He's got me. Redskin's got me. Now, find it, Tonto.
Him got mask and money in pocket.
Good. You know what to do.
Now you go now.
Come on, Tonto. Head for the horses.
It's the masked man. He's getting away.
Don't let him. After him. Come on.
There he goes. Get your horses and after him.
Not get away now. Me tie him up tight. You light lamp.
Bless if I know what you're up to, Redskin, but...
That plenty light. Now, you see.
It's the masked man. The engine's tied his hands and feet.
Me put mask on face, too.
I don't savvy, Redskin. I thought you was his friend.
Him first masked man me tell you about. Him man who killed Slater.
We know that, but...
Second masked man, not same man. Him not outlaw.
Dad, he's right. This is the man who robbed Mr. Slater, then took him outside and shot him. But the masked man who surrendered his guns to me was taller and dressed a little differently.
That's right. Now me take off mask. Show your face a crook.
Thunderation.
It's Mr. Nelson.
Why, that's impossible. Nelson can't be the crook. Why, he's a respected man in these parts.
You look what him carry in pocket.
Jump wouldn't you horse of it. It's the money Mr. Slater offered for the store.
Then Mr. Nelson must be the killer.
And him plenty bad outlaw. You look at this bill.
Great day. There can't be no doubt about him now. Look here, Ellen. He's what about the government?
A reward.
You double-dealing polecat. Thought you could get away with murder, huh?
I don't say. Who's that coming?
It's the other men. The men who chased the wrong masked man.
Gave us a slip again, Leif. He started... What's that?
What's what?
That money in Dinsmore's hand.
Where? I don't know.
That money bag looks kind of familiar.
Yeah. Where'd you get it, Dinsmore?
From the Indian. He took it from Nelson's pocket.
It's a lie.
That's all we want to know, huh, boys?
The Indian framed me. Holy Smoky, you gotta believe me.
We'll take charge of him, Dinsmore.
Yeah, but he's an outlaw. This handbill
I said
says...
we'd take charge. You'll get your share of the reward.
No, don't let them take me, Dinsmore. Don't let them. They'll kill me. They'll kill me.
Shut up, you skunk.
Don't let...
Grab a hold of him, boys.
Oh, you wait. You not take him anywhere. You leave him here for law.
Try stand in our way again, huh, Redskin? Why
Stop
you...
the engine, Dinsmore. All these hombres are outlaws. They want to take me out and murder me.
What?
Outlaws?
It's the
Dad.
truth.
Oh, great day. I'll get my gun.
No, you don't. It's too bad you learned all this, Dinsmore. Now that you know so much, we don't have no choice.
What do you mean?
We're making sure our little secret don't leave this room. That means you, the girl, and the engine.
No, oh no.
You not worry. Him make big bluff.
Bluff, huh? We'll show you whether we mean business or not. Job beat on him, boys.
Dad, he means it.
Close in, boys.
The marshal.
He's got us surrounded.
The window, Smoky.
No, you don't.
Can you riddle you? Take that. Oh.
Take the other one, Tonto.
Me get him.
Out of my way, Red. Stay here. Well, Dinsmore, looks like we caught the pack of them.
I reckon we did it that, Marshal.
Why, you two conceited old fools. It was the masked man who really captured him, and the engine.
I guess you got us, Miss Ellen. Yep, the two did your job all right. Masked man came to my office and dropped a mess of handbills in my lap. Then he had me follow him here.
Where did he go? Who is he?
He's the Lone Ranger.
You have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated.
You've been listening to the OTR Gold Network. Find more classic radio at otrgold.com.